Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. If you guys are new here, my name is Shan from HomeWithShan over on Instagram, and as today is a Wednesday, I'm trying to do wedding Wednesdays here on my channel, so I'm doing lots of wedding planning, lots of like DIYs and things like that for the wedding, because it can be really expensive to do these things and they add up so quickly, it's insane. So I'm trying to do a lot of DIYs to help me like budget properly, and one of the things I decided to DIY was the table numbers, because when I was getting like quotes and things from places for the kind of thing that I wanted, it was a lot more than I was willing to spend on something that I was just gonna like use for one day. I'm never gonna use these table numbers anywhere else. So yeah, I decided to DIY them with the help of my Cricut machine and lots of things from Hobbycraft. So this is what the final product looked like, and I'm really happy with it. It's exactly the kind of vibe that I wanted to go for, and it was so affordable. Like each one cost me £2 to make. Basically in this video I'm going to show you how I did the table numbers, like literally start to finish, from designing them on Cricut and also like then actually making the table numbers physically, doing the painting and all that kind of stuff. I literally did it in one evening, so I was really happy with that. So I'm going to show you that, guys, at the end of the video. But before we get into that stuff, I wanted to show you some flowers that I've done, because I'm going to do my centerpieces myself and also my bridesmaid bouquets. I'm getting a florist to do my bouquet because obviously that's going to be the one that's in the most pictures, and if my like DIY faux flower one isn't up to scratch, then I'll probably regret that. So I am going to get real flowers from a florist for my bouquet. But yeah, I want to show you the ones that I've done for my bridesmaids and also for like the centerpieces kind of thing. They're nothing too extravagant, and again it was so much more affordable to do it with faux flowers that I just got from like Dunelm and all that kind of stuff. I've shown these flowers like individually on my channel before. I did a wedding haul not too long ago where I showed all of the artificial flowers that I bought and everything, and also the table numbers actually before I created them. But yeah, I'm going to show you them now, and I would love any advice that you guys have, because this was like all done in a very short period of time, so I could like change them quite a lot if I wanted to. But yeah, I just want to show you how far I'm getting on with it. So this is like a prototype of what my bridesmaid bouquets will look like. I haven't like done anything with the stems or anything. I probably will cut these. I'll put some like florist tape around them, and then I'll have like twine like binding it together properly. But like I said, this was like a proper mock-up. But yeah, this is kind of the outcome, and I do really like it actually. I feel like the colours are perfect for like our wedding day. It's got lots of eucalyptus, lots of gypsophilia in there, and some roses as well. I think pretty much all of this was from either Dunelm or I got these from like a local garden centre, for example. But everything that is included in this, and actually everything that I'm going to show you today, was all in that wedding haul that I did before, so I will link that down below if you guys are interested in like buying specific things. That is one of the bridesmaid bouquets, and I've got two of those. I think probably this only costs like £10 to make, so in comparison to what you would pay for a bridesmaid bouquet, for example, from a florist, and like the amount here I think is quite significant. And then after like the ceremony and things, these can like go on the tables, or they can go in vases or something, and the girls can like keep them and stuff if they want to as well. And I just thought this was really pretty. I'm actually just really happy with these. I have got two of these for my two bridesmaids, and I feel like they're as good as they're gonna get, pretty much. I'm not a pro at this by any means, and like I said, I need to just like trim the bottoms and put some like florist tape and like bind them properly. But these are going to be on my bridesmaid bouquets, and like I said, about a tenner each to make them like this. So I'm definitely happy that I've gone for this option as opposed to real flowers for the bridesmaid bouquets. And like I said, I've got the table centerpieces as well, so I've got those centerpieces. It's just my bouquet basically that's going to be like real flowers. So then for the centerpieces, I've got like a log slice and a jam jar with like twine wrapped around it, and then I've just used the same flowers that I had in the bouquets, but in like a slightly different formation and stuff, for each of the centerpieces. So quite a lot of eucalyptus, then gypsophilia, and then a blush rose sort of in there, wrapped up in twine, and that will be like in the jam jar. Very like understated, nothing too insane, but I think pretty and like gives it a bit of life. And then the other ones, I think it'll be like half of the tables will probably have this, and then half the tables will probably have this, because this one's more girly and a bit more pinky, and this one's more green, and I feel like the mixture like is perfect, to be honest. So that's with lots of gypsophilia and the roses in there as well. And then these are going to be like in the tables, in the jam jars, on the log slice, and we've got some like LED candles and stuff and that's pretty much going to be it. And like I said, I did a whole haul on my channel before of like all of the flowers, all the artificial flowers I bought, all of the bits I got from Hobbycraft. So yeah, that is basically what I'm going to be doing with them. And I've got 10 tables in total, so there's going to be like 5 of these, 5 of these, and then the 2 bridesmaid bouquets as well. Then I have the table numbers that I DIY'd as well. So if this is something that you're interested in potentially doing yourself, or like wondering how I did these and how easy it was and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it now. So the mastermind behind my DIY table numbers is definitely my Cricut machine. If you don't have one of these machines and you're not looking to invest in one, then a lot of people on Etsy actually sell labels that were made by this Cricut machine. You can get the labels you want from Etsy, and they'll obviously cost a small fraction of what you would spend on getting the table numbers made professionally. Because I do have the Cricut machine, I just made the labels, designed them on the Cricut design space on my computer, and then just made all the fonts and everything exactly how I wanted them. And basically then I just put the vinyl into the Cricut machine and it cut the labels for me. I couldn't actually find the font that I really wanted on Cricut alone, so I had to download a font from daffont.com. It was absolutely free to do it, and I had to Google how to do it and watch a couple of YouTube videos, but after I figured it out, it was actually super easy, and the Cricut design space is quite user friendly, so it wasn't, even for a novice like me, it was actually quite easy to do. But yeah, as soon as I had designed everything that I wanted and the Cricut machine cut the labels for me, I actually started on making the table numbers themselves. I had all of the kit that I needed in order to make these labels actually like transferable, etc. So I had the transfer tape, I had the weeder from Cricut, I had some scissors, and of course I had my actual table numbers. These are the ones that I got from Hobbycraft for £2 each in the sale, and I had my paint as well, and I also had my prototype that I'd done a day earlier. So I was in high hopes that my table numbers were going to turn out as good as table number 10 did, but I started off with table number 1, used the transfer tape and tried to pop that onto the acrylic. So after I had got all of the excess material from the label off, I just popped the transfer tape over the top of the label. It took a couple of attempts, but I finally got the hang of it, and then I just like scraped over the label itself with this little tool, I don't know what it's called, but it basically makes sure that it transfers onto the transfer tape. And then once that was done, the label came off with the transfer tape and I could just stick it directly onto the acrylic, making sure that I had it in the exact same place as I did with the number 10. Again, I scraped it onto the acrylic, making sure not to scratch anything. Once I absolutely knew that the label would stick, I pulled back the transfer tape and it came out really well. I was really, really happy with it. Just 8 more to go. Once all of the labels were on, it was time to paint, and this is the bit that I was so scared about because I thought I was going to mess it up. But I just went for it, and I just layered on a little bit of acrylic paint onto the back of the acrylic sheet, and it came out pretty well. It looks better than I thought it would look, but it also looks quite rustic because obviously it's just me brushing on paint. It's not professional or anything, but I think that's going to go really, really well with the vibe in the barn that we're getting married in and everything. I just thought that this colour worked really well. It doesn't come up amazingly on camera, but it is a beautiful like olivey sagey green. It is really, really nice. This was late at night, but this is what the final product looked like. I would say they look a lot better in person, but I was so happy with them. I think actually this was the morning after, and this is probably more realistic as to what they look like, but they still look a little bit grey on the camera, and they're definitely not in person. They're very like olive green. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm up to with everything. Like you saw in my last vlog, my last Wedding Wednesday vlog anyway, I picked up my wedding dress. That is actually currently hanging up there. I've got 2 wedding dresses and they're identical other than the sizing. One is a second-hand dress that I bought previously. It needs dry cleaning and it is a size too big. I shouldn't have done that. It was half the price of the dress brand new, but in order to get it altered to the size that I needed it and to get it dry cleaned would actually, because of the type of dress or whatever, the dry cleaning bill would have been insane. So I ended up getting the dress brand new from a shop in Newbury, a really gorgeous bridal shop in Newbury. That's all in my last vlog. Basically now I've got 2 wedding dresses, which is just not ideal. I'm hoping to sell them, so if anyone after the wedding sees my wedding dress and they're like, oh, I really like that, and you're either a size like 8 to 10 or 10 to 12, hit me up, because I can give you one of them, or at least sell you one of them. So yeah, anyway, that was a bit of a mistake on my part, but that's kind of why I'm trying to budget in other areas, because I obviously wasted money unnecessarily in that area. But you live and learn. I feel like there's a saying, and I can't remember who said it, but I heard it once and I was like, wow, that is me. You lose £1,000 a year to being an idiot. And that is so true when it came to this wedding. I have like definitely wasted money with this wedding, but you do live and learn, and it's just something that's part and parcel of life. There's really no point in stressing about it too much. Yeah, it is what it is. But that's pretty much everything at the moment that I am doing. Like, it's all about the things for the wedding. But the next thing that I really need to do is start focusing on me, because I am not wedding ready, like, at all. Like, there's just so many things. Like, I'm just not really looking after myself at the moment. Like, my hair has not been done since August, and it's going really, really, really brassy. Like, really, like, almost orangey. Like, I really don't like it. It was supposed to be like bright blonde, and it's just absolutely not. It's like very yellow. And then obviously my roots at the top, they are in desperate need of sprucing up, and I have got my first appointment booked in with the hairdressers this month, and then I'm going to get my hair done again just before the wedding, so it's like nice and bright and like how I like my hair to be. The other thing is my skin, like, is just, it just hates me, and I've had issues with my skin pretty much since George was born. It was better like in the summer, like last summer it was slightly better, but I was still getting breakouts. But it's just like hormonal acne, and it just doesn't go away. Like, there's sort of a correlation to when I'm like on my period and when I'm not, but it generally like is just pretty crap all the time, and I'm not anywhere near my period at the moment, and it's just everywhere. And I've said it a million times, this camera makes me look much better than I do in actual real life. But yeah, I've just got breakouts everywhere, and it's always like the lower half of my face, which is how I know it's hormonal. I am actually trying some like prescribed skincare at the moment, and I feel like my skin might be like purging, because it's like the first 2 weeks I've been using it, and then hopefully that's when I'll start to see like improvements after my skin like has purged and then like gets used to the new skincare. I'm really, really hoping. Anyway, it's not over the counter stuff, like it's stuff you can't get over the counter normally, so I'm really hoping that's gonna target my hormonal acne, and I'm gonna have like lovely clear skin for the wedding. But fingers crossed. I'm really glad that the wedding is in summer though, because my skin tends to be better in the summer anyway. Does anyone know why that is? Actually, that's a really random thing. Like, I don't know, is it because I obviously always thought that like sunlight and the sun generally isn't great for your skin, so I just wondered why it is good for acne. Is that a thing, or have I just made that up? Is it just a coincidence? God knows. But yeah, other than those two things like skincare and hair, I really need to start looking for someone to do my makeup in the area, and I also probably want someone to do my hair as well, to be honest, like actually on the day. Yeah, there's still quite a few things to do. But the only other thing is, like, when you're a mum, this kind of stuff doesn't matter on a daily basis until you have to like start thinking about it. Like, you've got so many other priorities. Like, I've got work, I've got George, like we are also searching to move house, which is just like a stupid thing. We should never have done it all at the same time. We really, 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 really should have waited. Anyway, that is all a different story, and all will be like updated very, very soon. But this is a Wedding Wednesday video, so I wanted to leave it there, I think. But thank you so much for watching. If any of you guys are getting married, let me know when your wedding day is, because I'm very, very nosy. And also if you've got any like good tips or tricks to save some money, because it's just extortion out there, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, I hope you really enjoyed me DIYing the table numbers and faux flower stuff, and for now I think I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!